Hi, this is Jared Polak, founder of Entre Results, author of Entre Balance and Entre Business, founder of Entre Results Academy. Excited for another awesome podcast today. The topic is think your way into finding amazing employees. Think your way into finding amazing employees. And what I want to challenge you to do right now, if you have a company, you're looking to recruit, add people to your team, think about how an A player thinks. And an A player is a player that is the top 10 to 20% out there to fill your job position. So if it's a $25 an hour position, it's the top 10 to 20% of candidates out there to fit your position. So think about how an A player thinks. And I'm going to talk specifically about an A player that's looking for a leadership position in the company a little bit. Number one, an A player does think about company loyalty. And what I mean by that is the A player, if they came to look for a new position, they've been working and they stay in positions for 5 years, 6 years, 7 years or more. There's a consistency. And I know that's changing in the market in terms of there's more people that aren't staying as long, and that's definitely the trend. But if you're looking for an A player, you want someone that has loyalty. A players think about a degree of loyalty to their organization, but not necessarily at the expense of their own career advancement. They're not going to be blindly loyal, but generally speaking, there's a level of loyalty that A players have to the organization if they're working for an organization that takes care of them in terms of just the environment they're in and just making sure that they get paid fairly compared to the market rate, things like that. So been with the company for a while. That's an A player. Also an A player, now oftentimes when they're looking for a position, they already have a position. Now we've certainly hired a lot of people that, just lost their job or just were transitioned out of their job for many reasons. And those you can certainly find A players, but usually the best A players actually have a job while they're looking for another job. So that's what an A player is. They always have their when they start looking, they actually are working, and while they're working for the other company, they're still performing very well at a high level while they're working for another job. That is an A player. An A player wants to fit into a culture. So when they're looking to interview, they're not just looking for what the job is, they're looking at the environment, they're looking at online reviews, at what customers say about the organization. They're looking holistically because they want to be somewhere where it culturally fits for them. It's a good place for them to be from the environment standpoint. A players maybe have a lot of experience and have learned, but they also like training. They like to be coached. And oftentimes when I talk to business owners, they want to find someone that doesn't need any training, doesn't need any coaching, because they just want them to jump right into the position. Listen, A players want to be challenged. They want to be coached. They want to have goals that are challenging. And they like training. So that's how an A player thinks. Also, an A player wants to be rewarded based on the results they produce. Results through the growth of what they produce for the company, whatever their position they're in. And so as you think about how do you attract someone like that, there needs to be some sort of stability in the job from a compensation standpoint, but there also needs to be extra things that are involved when they produce results. This is really important. The next one, an A player wants their voice to be heard, especially in a leadership position. They want to be able to contribute, and they want their voice and their ideas to impact the results of the company. Oftentimes, even in interviews, I find many owners that are interviewing or managers that are interviewing, they talk too much. They don't listen enough. Oftentimes, you can learn so much, even if you don't hire a candidate, what they're saying and their ideas. But an A player certainly wants to join an organization where they can be heard. An A player also, if you jump into their mind, they know their market worth. They know the value they have in the marketplace. They already know what a fair compensation is. They already know what they're monetarily worth. So A players are going to come in already knowing that as they're interviewing to join your organization. The last thing I want to talk about is an A player wants to be pursued. And they almost like want to be sold. They want They want to be desired. They want you to go after them. And so certainly as you interview, you need to ask tough questions, which A players like, by the way. They like tough questions. A players like references. They like reference checks because everyone in the past will give them glowing references and are excited to say what a great job they are. Those are what A players are. But at some point, there needs to be some type of transition in that you interview, but you're also selling your company. You're also selling the dream and the vision of what this person could do within your company. And they want to be sold. They want to be pursued. And that means follow-up. Oftentimes, many A players are lost by many organizations, and I can tell you firsthand, it's because people don't follow up with them fast enough. After one interview, time lapses. The owner gets lazy, the leader gets lazy, they get busy, and the A player is, since they've been pursued by some other company, other organization, they get grabbed, they get acquired by someone else hires them. So you have to pursue them, you have to treat them like your best client or best potential client, best potential employee, meaning, you really have to pursue them while you're making sure it's a right fit. These are all things that the way that A players think. So go out and think like an A player, think differently, and hopefully it'll affect your recruitment and your hiring process. Take action, massive action, crazy massive action today, and have fun building your team.